So my name's Christian Roel. I pronounce it in Dutch. I'm a lecturer in international business. I am from Amsterdam, but I just moved to Sydney to start my new job as a lecturer at the University of New South Wales. I moved here from Sheffield of England.
Did you know that you kind of got famous when you were in Sheffield?
Well, I remember it was after one of my lectures. One of my students came up to me and said, "Professor, do you know you're famous?" And I told him, no, I had no idea. And then he mentioned that one of my videos, not my videos, one of the videos that people took of me went viral on social media.
But did you know it when they were taking the videos?
Not really. I noticed that some of the students were every now and then, they're often on their phone, right? And there's not much I can do about it, and that's okay. But I noticed that some of them were filming me, but I never really thought much about it. It doesn't really bother me. But still was quite surprised when I found out that they uploaded these videos to social media, and I was especially surprised to find out that they were watched apparently millions of times. But I think it's important that when you participate in a lecture, in a tutorial, that you actually engage. And I don't think that when you're filming somebody, you're actually engaging in the kind of course material. So I think it's better that they don't film me and that they actually engage and participate.
And has it had any impact on you?
I did notice in Sheffield that quite often, especially Chinese students, would come up to me and they were asking me to take pictures with them. And every now and then somebody would send me a screen recording of this particular video that went viral. So it was quite funny. People I've met in different parts of the world, people I've met over the years at conferences and traveling, and then they, out of the blue, they sent me this video of myself. I thought it was funny, to be honest. I was not offended, actually. I thought it was a cool video. And I guess what I found most interesting is that sometimes I would get emails from students and people in China. Some people were still in high school, from different universities, and they would email me and they say, "I watch your videos, and when I'm a bit older, I want to go study in Sheffield." Even though it's flattering, I do think that when you watch my videos, you don't actually hear anything I say, right? You just hear the background music and you see me standing there making, apparently I move a lot with my hands. That's something I noticed. So, I mean, it's not like they post any of my lectures online. So it's not that they were actually inspired by something I said. It was just about the video.
Yeah.
And yes, it was a good video, but I think, when you make a choice about where to study, which is obviously a very important choice in your life, I think you want to make sure that it's based on things other than just watching somebody on TikTok. I am personally not very active on social media. So the fact that I'm on one of these videos in Chinese social media, I thought it was hilarious. Perhaps you have to be even more careful about what you're saying because it's on camera. But, I don't really think it's going to change anything. I prepare my classes very well. I always try to make it interesting.
So what's your impression of Chinese students?
Generally, they're all lovely. Some of them don't really engage in class. It might be a language barrier. They might be a little bit shy to speak up. You listen to your professor. You would never contradict them. Whereas here we encourage that. Every now and then I purposely say something that is incorrect. I want my students to speak up. I want them to tell me, "Professor, I think that's wrong." And then we can have a start of a discussion. I want my students to become critical thinkers. Sometimes I notice that Chinese students, when they're abroad, they're trying to stick together with other Chinese students. And I understand why they do that, right? Makes it easier, right? But I would encourage them more to try to make local friends, try to interact with as many different people from as many different cultures as possible. You want to explore the world, you want to get to know more people from different cultures, and at the same time get your degree. Get out of your comfort zone.
Have you been to China before?
I have been to China. I've been to Beijing twice, but they were just short trips. I would definitely like to visit China again, and see more of China. Spend maybe a couple of months there at some point to learn more about Chinese culture. Maybe do some research there. I think it's a fascinating place. Very diverse, right? So people from north versus the south, they're probably very different people, right? And that's something you only kind of learn about that after you spend some time there.
Would you like to read some of the comments? I can show you here.
Ooh, do I want that? That's a good question. Are they mostly nice? Just tell me the nice ones.
She is saying you are handsome and gentle.
Handsome and gentle, I take it. That's a compliment, yeah. All right. Yes, I remember them both. Yeah, they were in my international business class. I remember all of them actually. They were all lovely students, and they all were very engaging.
This one is saying you are so tall.
I am 194. I am tall here or when I travel, but back home, like my brothers, my friends, they're all the same height. You only notice when you're tall when I leave the country.
And this one is asking if you are single.
Right. Okay, that's something I don't like to share on social media.
But this one has 12,000 likes.
Can I see the rest?
You ready?
Daddy, it keeps coming up.
Yeah, how would you feel about that? The hair color.
Perhaps it is a little bit strange,
Yeah.
but it's social media. People people say all sorts of things. I mean, people can say whatever they want. It doesn't bother me, and I just trying to remember all the good comments and all the other comments I forget.